been so far for you guys?
It's been amazing. Come out here to Miami with all my teammates for one last game during the season. It's been fun.
Michigan, one of the best defenses that you'll face all season. What have you seen from them on film that makes them so strong?
They're very well coached, very disciplined. They're fast, big, physical, and they know what they're doing, and they do their job well.
They're second in the nation in sacks behind Florida State. How tough are their front four, and how important is it going to be for the line to continue the success that they've had at the end of the season?
Yeah, like I said, they're very big and physical. They have a lot of speed around the defense, and the front four is very big too. A lot of those guys are experienced, so our line is just going to have to buckle down and play football.
As far as your growth through the season, how have you seen your game develop from game one until now?
It's developed a lot. I feel like every game I've grown up. I've learned from my mistakes, and I've corrected them over the season.
Did anything surprise you from coming in as a starting quarterback into the college game? Did anything catch you off guard, or was different than you thought it might be?
No, I just went with the flow, and I didn't try to dictate anything. I just did what Coach Fisher asked me to do, and I played football.
How important is Dalvin to your offense?
Very important. He's the vocal point of our offense. We want to run the ball, and that's what we want to do to open up the pass game.
You talked a little bit about, I'm sure their defense, their number one goal will be to limit him, put the pressure on you. How do you guys combat that?
We're just going to play our game. Coach Fisher's going to call the game how he wants to call it, and we're going to do our job.
What does this game mean to you guys? Why is this an important game tonight?
It's a bowl game. We want to finish the season strong. Give the seniors a bang to go out with, and set the standards for the younger guys coming in.
Deondre, what are 2 or 3 things that you're going to be trying to remind yourself or telling yourself as you take the field, knowing that you're facing such a veteran, mature, disciplined defense? Give us a sense of what's going to be going through your head and what you're going to be reminding yourself.
Just to protect the ball, stay ahead of the chains, and continue just to move the ball down the field. A couple yards here and there, get first downs, and eventually get to the red zone and score.
How did the rough patches that you guys went through earlier in the season, how did that shape everybody into the team that you guys are right now?
The adversity we went through just helped us to become a better team. It brought us closer together, and I feel like now that we're at the bowl game, we feel that adversity that we went through helped us to get better.
What are some of the challenges that you faced going through this growing process when you guys were 3-2, or after the loss to North Carolina or Louisville? What were some of the things that you personally had to take account for?
Just growing up, maturing. We're a young team, so as a team, we all had to mature. We all had to learn how to be consistent, and we all had to learn how to want to play football. And some guys, at the beginning of the season, we all didn't understand what it took to be a great team.
Who helped you, and who helped the team?
We helped each other. We figured it out. No one wants to lose, so we figured it out, and we started practicing better.
We hear a lot about Jabril Peppers, and some people say, oh, there's so much hype and this and that. What have you seen? How impressed are you with what you've seen on film?
Very impressed. Very fast, very physical. What I'm most impressed with is just his instincts on the field. He has a knack for the ball, and he's very smart.
Anyone else stand out on their defense? We talked a little bit about throwing at Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, I think throwing at Jordan Lewis, I'm going to have to be very accurate. He's very fast, have great instincts, and he's an NFL cornerback.
How would you describe Jimbo Fisher's coaching style and how he interacts with you? Because the first thing that jumps out at me is he talks so fast I can barely understand what he's saying. Give us a sense of what he's like when he interacts with you.
He's tough. He's tough on me. He's a perfectionist, and that's what he expects from me. So when it's not perfect, he harps on perfection. So, but he's just a great coach, a smart guy. A lot of things goes through his head, and he just wants me to be in a position to be successful.
Is this a home field advantage for you guys, do you feel like?
I hope so. I'm not sure. It should be. You know, we're in Florida team, so we should have a good crowd.
From afar, from across the country, what's your take on Jim Harbaugh? He gets a lot of attention and positive, negative press from everyone. What is your take on Jim Harbaugh as a coach?
I really don't know much about Jim Harbaugh. I know he's a great coach, has a great resume. I don't know things he says or anything like that, but I know he's a great coach.
Deondre, where does the Orange Bowl rank you as a person, as a player, in your eyes? Where does the Orange Bowl rank in the experience?
It's a very big bowl to me. You know, a lot of great players come out of this bowl. A lot of great teams played in this bowl, and I feel like we're blessed to have the opportunity to play in the bowl as well.
So you know you guys leading in sacks, so you know the defense is going to be gunning for you. Has there been any special drills, any special things that you've taken into account to try to accommodate for that?
No, we just continue to practice how we've been practicing all year, practicing hard, making sure we pay attention to the details, and we're going to go out and play a good game.
Any added pressure come with being a person, a freshman, like unprecedented and being in this role?
No, I don't feel like there's any pressure. I feel like Coach Sanders and Coach Fisher prepared me well for each game, so I feel like I'm prepared and I'm going to go in and play.
Last question, let's flash forward. It's the end of the Orange Bowl, confetti is flying, the guys are rejoicing, somebody sticks a cell phone in your hand. Who's the first person that Deondre Francois calls?
My mother.
Tell us a little bit about that conversation.
You know, win or lose, you know, if we're blessed with the opportunity to win the game, I'm gonna call her and tell her I love her and tell her thank her for getting me this far.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Hey DeAndre, just for you, what have you gained out of this year as a quarterback at Florida State? What have you felt like you've really taken out of this?
I've learned a lot, just growing up mentally, physically, emotionally, learning a lot about the game, learning how to prepare, how to stay consistent, and how to be a leader.
Throughout the year, and especially on the season we've gotten to see slow-mo 100 times the hits that you've taken in big games. Have you gone back and watched those? Have you seen them? I mean, I know you feel them, but have you gone back and really seen the magnitude of what you've taken?
No, I haven't seen them. I don't go back and watch them, but you know, that's just a part of the game, man. I signed up for it, and if it was easy, I feel like everyone else would do it too.
And can you talk a little bit more about, I mean, dude, you look like a tough SOB out there, and you keep getting up. Just what do you either A, say to your O-line after you get sacked or take a hit, or just how do you just keep it going and just act like keep them coming?
I just focus on the next play. The next play is the most important play, and I don't worry about how hard I got hit, and if I can get up, then I'm going to get up. And I'm going to look to the sideline, receive the signal, and just focus on the next play.
We also see that Coach Fisher is very hard on you, but in a positive way as far as coaching goes. What have you gained and what have you learned from Coach Fisher this year as a starting quarterback?
Most of all, how to be a leader, you know, how to grow up and mature and be consistent, and not only in the game, but also in practice.
And what have you seen from Michigan that presents a challenge to you on Friday night?
They're very well coached, you know, very big, fast, and physical, and very mature guys on their team. I know they have a lot of seniors on their defense, and those guys are going to play hard.
And lastly, do you ever let loose, DeAndre? I mean, you're always very business. Even when we see your calls with your uncle from USF, that you're very business-oriented. But do you get to, for a freshman, you get to let loose a little and smile, crack a smile, have some fun?
Yeah, I always have fun. You know, I just try to, you know, stay professional and represent my family well.
Did when you were, if you go back to the recruiting process, what was it about Jimbo and Coach Sanders and the staff that attracted you to them? Because obviously they're doing well in recruiting again this year.
You know, just the genuine side of the coaching staff, and I feel like you know, they were just always honest with me through the recruiting process, and I feel like honesty was the most important thing, because honesty leads to loyalty, and without honesty, you have no loyalty. So with them being so loyal and so honest, you know, I figured they'd be loyal, and that's what they've been.
When the and Tavares was saying that yesterday, that some coaches kind of tell you what you want to hear. But were you a guy that didn't want that? I mean, did you feel like some coaches were just telling you what you wanted to hear from other, you know, not to put down other schools, but what's more common? I guess, like, what's more common?
Yeah, you know, coaches are going to tell you what you want to hear. That's their job, to be good recruiters and get guys to their school. But you know, I don't pay no attention to that. I just look at the more important things like school and the atmosphere. Florida State is a very family-oriented atmosphere, so that was a big plus for me.
And then when you guys get kids on visits, like how important do you guys take it to sell the program? I mean, you want other great players to play with.
Yeah, I take it very important, especially on the opposite side of the ball. Me being a starting quarterback, if we have a receiver coming in or a running back coming in, I try to make sure that they feel at home and that they know this is one of the best places for them.
Were any players in particular good when you came in that made you feel like?
Dalvin, Rudolph, those guys made me feel at home right off the bat. Kermit, I already knew Kermit from Orlando, so he also made me feel at home too.
Deondre, what do you think? You've learned, but is there anything in your first year that maybe surprised you or that you weren't expecting coming